A series is given by summation from r equal to 1 to n of 2 bracket 4 minus 3x to the power r, where x is a constant. For part A, explain why this is a geometric series. Determine the range of values for x for the sum to infinity of this series to exist. In order to show that this is a geometric series, we can either show that un plus 1 divided by un is a constant, or we can also use un divided by un minus 1 equal to a constant. For this question, we are going to go for this particular choice here. For this summation, r equal to 1 of n of 2 bracket 4 minus 3x to the power r. To understand the notation a bit, right, this actually is represented to be a general term. So for this case, it's because this is in terms of r, it will just be equal to ur. And to prove this to be a GP, we are going to use this choice here, whereby we are going to replace all the r I see with a n. So in this case, it's a un plus 1 divided by un equal to 2 bracket 4 minus 3x to the power n plus 1 over 2 bracket 4 minus 3x to the power n. And if we were to simplify a bit, so you can see that the term that is left over will just be 4 minus 3x. And in this case, it's basically just a constant because the question have mentioned that x is a constant. So overall, 4 minus 3x is also a constant. So with that, we can do our conclusion already. Since 4 minus 3x is a constant, the series is geometric with a common ratio of 4 minus 3x. Also, the next part of this question wants us to determine the range of values for x such that the sum to infinity exists. And we know that for GP, in order for sum to infinity to exist, it must satisfy this criteria here, whereby the common ratio, the value must range between minus 1 and 1. Since we already know that this is my common ratio already, we can just put 4 minus 3x to be between minus 1 and 1 in order for the sum to infinity to exist. Let's multiply throughout by negative 1. I will end up with a negative 1, 3 minus 4x, and this is a 1. In fact, after multiplying by negative 1, this actually corresponds to this corresponds to this. Add 4 throughout the expression, we will have a 3x, and this will be my 5. And finally, the values of x, which give us a sum to infinity, will be between 1 and 5 over 3. In part B, using x equal to 1 and given the summation of r squared equal to n over 6, n plus 1, 2n plus 1, using this result, find the summation of this expression here, leaving our final answer in the form of n bracket an squared plus bn plus c. First, we were just going to replace our x with 1 first. I will have a summation r equal to 0, n minus 1. This I will left with a 2 plus r plus 1, 2r plus 5. In fact, there are two ways of approaching such a question. The first thing is we can make use of our substitution. And replacing our r with r minus 1, we can simplify this expression. And also when r is r minus 1, when we shift the minus 1 over to the right hand side, we have r equal to 1. And this will help us to make use of the given result because the initial value is 1. So I have to ensure that my initial value must be the same in order to make use of it. We are not really concerned about the last term because whatever value we see here, we can just simply replace. Like for example, if this is a n minus 1, I'll just replace this with n minus 1. For what we are going to do, we are not going to make use of substitution for this case. I will encourage you to try to make use of substitution to see whether you are also able to get the same result. I'm going to go for the conventional way of solving this question. by breaking this apart and to analyze each of the terms separately. We're going to expand this first. We have a summation r equal to 0 and minus 1. So this one expand, we have a 2r squared plus 7r plus 5. And this 5 and 2 we can combine together. We will have a summation r equal to 0 and minus 1, 2r squared plus 7r plus 7. Since we have a term that involves r squared, definitely I have to make use of the given result. And to make use of that, I have to ensure that the starting term must be 1. But in this case, this is a 0. So we can kind of sub in the value of the 0 first. And we will get a value of 7. Because when r equals 0, I will left with 7. We can rewrite this as a summation r equal to 1 to n minus 1. 2r squared plus 7r plus 7 plus a 7 at the side. This 7 is not inclusive of the summation. Then from here, we are going to break this apart. We will have 2 summation r equal to 1 n minus 1 of r squared plus 7 summation r equal to 1 n minus 1 of r plus summation r equal to 1 n minus 1 of 7. And maybe I can just put a bracket here, right? So to show that this plus 7 is by itself. And from here already, we can actually make use of the formula here already. I'm going to continue writing my solution here. So for our first term, this I'm going to replace all the n I see with a n minus 1. So I will have a n minus 1 over 6. This will just be a n. This, when I sub n minus 1 inside, I have a 2n minus 1. And for this particular term here, if we can see, actually, this is a AP because I will be subbing r equal to 1, we have 1. Sub r equal to 2, I got 2. Sub r equal to 3, we have 3, all the way until n minus 1. So in fact, this is our AP. I'm going to make use of the sum to MP, which is n over 2a plus l. So I will get in this case, there's a total of n minus 1 term. So I will end up with n minus 1 over 2, a plus l, this plus this, I will end up with n. So I will know that this second term here, maybe I'll just write it vertically downwards. So I will have 7 over 2 n minus 1 of n. And this is just a constant. So constant is the value of the constant multiplied by the number of terms, which is given to be n minus 1. So I have a 7, n minus 1, and we still have that plus 7 at the side. So in this case, let's simplify a bit. We have a 1/3 n minus 1. We have a n, we have a 2n minus 1. We can see that if we were to expand this, we will have a 7n minus 7. And this minus 7 can be cancelled with this plus 7. So I will left with plus 7 over 2n minus 1. And so I will have a plus 7n. And if we were to look at the final expression which they want us to find, there's an n outside of this bracket. So I think we are going to factorize out the n first. And also we will, after simplifying, we can actually expand out everything much more easier. Factorizing out this n here, we have a 1/3 n minus 1, 2n minus 1. Then this will be 7 over 2n minus 1. And this is a plus 7. And this step here, now I'm going to expand this out. I will have a n 1/3 bracket 2n squared minus 3n plus 1 plus 7 over 2n minus 1 plus 7. So now we are going to just expand everything out. We have an n, and this will be a 2/3 n squared. This will be a minus n plus 1/3 plus 7 over 2n minus 7 over 2 plus 7. And using our calculator to group the like terms together, I'll end up with a 2 over 3n squared And this I will left with a plus 5 over 2n. And the constant term, I will left with 23 over 6. And doing a comparison with the final result they want us to find, I can just write my final answer as A equal to 2 over 3, B will be equal to 5 over 2, and our C is equal to 23 over 6.